Morning! Time for another Zoomer video, and today I'm going to be looking at something I've looked at in the past, and that is LED headlight bulbs. Now, if any of you have watched my videos over the last 2 or 3 years, you'll know that one of the first things I did when I got my Zoomer was take out the halogen bulbs that were in here and replace them with a basic LED bulb. And I thought, well, that's great, LED bulb, lasts forever, I don't have to worry about that again. Unfortunately, about 10-11 months later, the MOT was due, and one of the things it failed on when the MOT was headlight. Apparently the light was spraying everywhere, it was a mess, it wasn't doing what it should do at all, which was quite a surprise. So anyway, I took out the cheapo LEDs I had, and you only had to look at them to see they had rust on them, they had degraded, they weren't in a good condition at all. So I binned them and returned to the halogen bulbs, bypassed that MOT, and it's past the MOT we had this year as well. But I'd still like to put LED bulbs in because obviously they're brighter, they far increase visibility, and they use less power. So with a bit of advice online, I've gone for a different kind. Here we go, these ones, which have a much greater waterproof rating, and I'm hoping that I put these in and these are going to work. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is actually just keeping the halogen bulbs, and to avoid any problems, putting them back in for the next MOT is due, but that's not until February next year, so we've got plenty of time with that. So today we're going to take off the grills, give the headlights a clean, remove the halogens and install the LEDs, and hopefully they work. We shall see. Okay, so we'll start with the basics. To remove the headlights, you have a bolt under here and one on top of each headlight. Now I've obviously got the banding which holds my grills on, so that makes it a bit more fiddly, but we're going to take that off now. Obviously you can't really clean the headlight with the grill on, so I'm going to give them a good clean, and then we'll look at fitting the LED bulb. Well, I just snipped the cable ties that were holding the headlight protectors on at the bottom, and I don't know if you can see, but clearly on the video, but yeah, the lights could certainly do with a clean, so that won't be helping either. I'll need to remember and do that a bit more often in future. Okay, so we're now going to take the headlights out of the bracket. Well, they're a little bit fiddly to get into, but once you use the socket set, get them loose, bottom bolt comes out okay. That's the light moving at the bottom, so we're just going to take the top one out now. So as you can see up close, I've got a little bit of banding here which just holds the headlight bracket securely on, but we've just got to take off this okay, and that comes out, hopefully. Yes, it does. And that's your headlight loose. And let's put this aside so we can put this back on when we're finished. And that's the headlight out. I think I'll just do one at a time to avoid any disasters. Okay, so now bearing in mind I haven't done this for a while, I think you just pull back this rubber casing here, just to keep the water out, and there we have it. That's the halogen. So take this back a bit. I'm going to get a cloth because obviously you don't want to be touching these. And it just, if I remember, just twists out, I think. Unless it's well and truly stuck in here, of course. There we go. And that's the halogen out. So we're going to hang on to these in case I decide to put these in for the next MOT. Depends how trusting I am on the new LEDs. Okay, so it's a BA20D fitting the zoomer takes. There's one tiny lug and one big lug, which makes fitting it back in nice and easy. Push that in. I think you twist it there. I'm trying to remember now. That's it. Just put it in, twist it clockwise, and that's your bulb in. So now we just reattach this, and there's little lugs round the rim here, so you don't get it in the wrong way. So we'll put this back on now, and then we'll clean this up. Let's just see how this goes. Let me see, I'll try that. Does that go? That goes onto there. Yeah, that goes onto there. Pull the rubber down as best you can, just doesn't sit perfectly, I don't find, but. And that's it. Headlight bulb back in. Now we just have to give it a clean, fit it back on, and that's one done. So we're just going to replace that, repeat that now with the other one. So before I put the covers back on, I'm just going to give the headlights a quick squish this and clean it, because they are pretty dirty, which is my fault. I should have had these grills off more often. I must remember and do that. Take the grills off and clean the headlights every once in a while. Okay, so I'm going to put the LED bulb in this one. I'm not going to film that because it's just basically the same as the previous one. Put the grills and things back on, attach the bolt underneath, and then we'll fire it up and see how they look. Okay, moment of truth. New bulbs in. Let's see if they work. They're not going to blow a fuse or anything like that. Power on. Whoa. Well, I think you can see they are a whole lot brighter than the halogens. That's going to be a lot safer. Excellent. Job done. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you can. Hopefully more stuff coming soon. Cheers now.